look at me as a whole human in my entire life, relating to other humans and the environment and my own lifestyle. Experience me holistically so that you can help me personally.
願你我珍惜一分一秒，問哪裏永沒爭鬥，問哪裏永沒污染，願看見美麗天空星光閃。誰沒最百事囉嗦，受着臉説話多多，寧願每一天開開心心過，無謂怕講一聲 I love you。萬里豔陽斜照，心興奮怎麼遮掩？回味撞人無數，天真的可愛少年，沒有了困倦煩惱，拋走了世俗負累，來共聚於此刻歌聲裏，譜出溫馨美妙，多動人尋夢調，傾出光輝歲月，翻起了生命浪潮，燃亮熱似鬥志，彷彿勁草於急風，盡興於風中蹦蹦跳。願你我珍惜一分一秒，問哪裏永沒爭鬥，問哪裏永沒污染，願看見美麗天空星光閃。誰沒趣百事囉嗦，受着臉説話多多，寧願每一天開開心心過，無謂怕講一聲 I love you。在這裏永沒爭鬥，在這裏永沒污染，願看見美麗天空星光閃。誰沒趣百事囉嗦，受着臉説話多多，寧願每一天開開心心過，無謂怕講一聲 I love you， 讓愛心裏漫着光輝照。
Craniosacral therapy was developed by Dr. John Upger. He was a DO. He actually just passed away a few years ago. He actually started in a lot of the quote-unquote mental facilities because these were people that had dropped off their loved ones or they were put into a home, a long-term care situation because their parents or family members couldn't take care of them. And so these people had no hope of getting better other than the medications being used. So he actually went in and treated these patients and kind of used it as a model, if you will. So some of the first patients that were given craniosacral therapy by him were children with autism. So I always found that very fascinating. The craniosacral system is made up of three things: the cranial bones, the cerebrospinal fluid, and the membrane. So those are the things that I would be working on with a patient that was being treated craniosacral. So the autonomic nervous system is made up of your sympathetic, which is your fight or flight. So these are common signs of symptoms of autonomic nervous system dysfunction. So obviously, children aren't coming in with some of these, but obviously this isn't a therapy just for children. I do take adult patients, but CST is a really gentle hands-on technique. As you can see, I have my hands on his head, and I'm using the very, very tiniest of weight. They say the weight of a nickel. That's the way to determine it, but that is how light of a touch you're using. So your practitioner would place their hands on the cranial bones and monitor the rhythm that we were just talking about. And those locations go all over the head. I usually start in the pelvis and I work my way up to the head. I'm not pushing, I'm not pulling, I'm not forcing. The babies and children should never be in pain. The treatment is really aimed at working on the membranes. Although we're feeling the bones are, like I said, the handles, right? What I'm really trying to get at is that tissue, that membrane tissue, to help improve the flow and exchange of fluids, those fluids being the cerebral spinal fluid. So this is not about realigning cranial bones. That's not what we're doing here. We're not doing osteopathic manipulation. The baby I'm working on this picture was 6 weeks premature. You can see how tiny he is. I mean, mom brought him to me. He was probably right out of the hospital as soon as she could get him to me. Birth process can be a big reason why restrictions exist. So there is so much that can be done in infancy. And I would always tell a parent, get help as soon as you can. The longer you wait, the more time it's going to take to fix the problem. It's never really too late. But if your baby has reflux, this is something that can be alleviated in probably 3 weeks, versus keeping them on a medication for 6 months to 12 months. If you have restrictions in these cranial bones from the birthing process, it will stop growth in certain parts of the brain. So there are correlations to development there. So when these are not corrected, lots of things can happen. You can have chronic ear infections. You can have chronic sinus infections. I have kids that have, quote, they've always been congested their whole life. Well, that's usually just a cranial restriction. And then you have it being more serious. Kids with speech delays, kids with problems with writing, listening, comprehension, hearing. Those are all fair game here. So how would you know as a parent that your child is suffering? How do I know I have to call someone? How do I know I have to get help? Feeding problems are a big one. Latching issues, what I call a lazy feeder. So they'll feed for a little while and then they'll just stop, or they'll fall asleep, or they'll start screaming. And that is pain, guys. All that is pain. If their latch is bad, there's bones in the roof of your mouth that can be stuck that you can easily get rid of and have them latching and sucking better. Also, those kids will also have really sensitive gag reflexes. So the reflex actually might be their suck swallow reflex isn't working well. So they're not able to take in the amount of milk being given, whether that's breastfed or bottle fed. And so they'll choke and spit up, and we call that reflux, but it's really not reflux. Abdominal bloating, constipation or diarrhea, dark or light intolerance, troubles with sleep, reflux. Tugging their legs up is a big one. These are the kids that are always kind of in a ball. They're never floppy and relaxed like they should be. They'll also fist their hands and pull them in. Parents might have trouble dressing them. So if you're trying to dress the baby or change their diaper or put a shirt on and you just can't get their arms to come out, it's because that is a pain behavior. So it's really something you want to be watching for. Of course, decreased range of motion. They'll turn to the right, or they won't turn to the left, or they'll breastfeed on the right, but they have a really hard time doing it on the left. So we want to make sure that they're breastfeeding equally and on both sides for the same amount of time, because that's an indication that they're uncomfortable. And then, of course, colic. Here are the cranial bones. So the kids, all you'll need to bring to an appointment is like something to distract them. But getting a kid to sit still for 30 minutes is very, very difficult. And often parents will say, I don't know how you get them to sit still for 30 minutes. And the truth is, they like it. They know I'm helping. They know it's working. They know they feel better. And I have most of my kids in my practice are nonverbal. CSF, again, I wanted to give you the purpose of it. This is a bigger picture of what I already showed you. But it's really important because it delivers nutrients, oxygen, hormones, neurotransmitters, and it transports waste and toxins away. Kids, they can walk outside and they're exposed to toxins. But that's on top of the bad eating, the medications, the vaccinations, all the other stuff that they're getting. We need to make sure that they're getting enough nutrients spread throughout their body. So this is really, really important. We just talked about create restrictions. And I always say, what does it feel to a child? The restrictions feel like, I think they feel like pressure, like a headache. I also feel like it's like I'm lighter, like I'm physically lighter when I have it done. It can help with anxiety with children. It can help with sensory processing issues. It helps their body just relieve the things that they don't know how to relieve or cannot relieve on their own. So parents often ask me, well, how do you get these restrictions in the first place? Is every kid just born with them? These are the most common ways that I can describe to parents, all no-brainers. The earlier, the better. Obviously, the earlier you get it, the less of less the symptoms you'll see. According to the autism spectrum disorders are related in part to a loss of flexibility and inflammation of the membrane. What we know. So we know that with autism, we have increased levels of pro-inflammatory cytokines. We've got inflammation changes in the cerebral spinal fluid per Johns Hopkins, which did a study on kids with autism. We know that there's restrictive forces on the brain tissue, and that strain that we've talked about, or those restrictions that we've talked about, can help the brain in development. So the reason it's not like craniosacral therapy is going to make a kid who wasn't talking before talk. It's that if my speech centers in the brain are restricted by these restrictions and the cranial bones on top of those speech centers aren't moving correctly, it can help free up the transmissions to work better. This is the color, the nice pretty one that's heavily marked up there. This is how your brain is broken down to what its functions are. Is development impaired? So, like I said, development can be impaired in the portion of the brain that has restrictions. Is it ever too late to get craniosacral? Absolutely not. So here are the benefits. So as far as behavior goes, it's been shown to help with calming and being more relaxed by decreasing that structural strain and putting them into that parasympathetic that we talked about. And when these things are balanced in the tissue, then your brain can move that cerebral spinal fluid around and flush toxins out, which is really desperately needed for any and all of us, let alone children. So obviously it's going to increase those neural pathways, right? Because that tissue is not wrinkled. So all of the nerves that puncture through there are going to puncture through there with no traffic, able to get to exactly where they need to get. And then craniosacral by nature helps the immune system as its natural healing mechanism because it helps flush out toxins and helps open up all lymphatics. So it's fantastic for that. And of course, normalizing the nervous system. Indications for craniosacral. So these are the things as a parent, if you have struggled with or are currently struggling with any of these, you need to get some help. Just know that this may not answer, this is not necessarily going to be the end all be all, right, for a kid with ADD.
上心头，我的心渴慕你，我的灵仰望你，靠近你，我心必得安息。找一个地方，轻轻闭上眼睛，你的话，你应许浮上心头，我的心渴慕你，我的灵仰望你，靠近你，我心必得安息。I want to go go 装不了祷告，因为你的爱我需要，你关怀我走过的你都明白。
有些事我只想要对你说，
因你比任何人都爱我，痛苦从眼中流下，我知道你为我擦。在早晨我也要来对你说，主耶稣，今天我为你活，所需要的力量你天天赐给我，你恩典让我有些事我只想要对你说，因你比任何人都爱我，痛苦从眼中流下，我知道你为我擦。在早晨我也要来对你说，主耶稣，今天我为你活，所需要的力量你天天赐给我，所需要的力量你天天赐给我，所需要的力量你天天赐给我，你恩典够我
相愛皆因被愛。
能成功要被拆改，能穿起舊印，踏上基督的足印，延伸主愛進入人海，
立志今擺上，傳揚耶穌，用我的恩賜獻上最好，讓我謙卑作你僕人，存着敬畏去侍奉神，全是你恩典覆蓋每步亮明燈，在你恩手裏滿布雲彩，
效法基督愛，眼界變改。
願鴿子
俾
降下來，
俾我俾我乜嘢啊？食係啊，俾一江人食，你話食糖，係啊，俾你糖，係啊，啱啱一俾你講謝係喎，個叻仔 ，OK， 好啦，好嘢，叻仔，得啦，係喎，好啦，我啱今日熄開燈，我啱今日開燈，係喎，睇下個燈掣喺邊度喎。1、2、3，喂，越得開好啲 ，OK， 好，我哋嚟嗰度，喺嗰度 attention， 呢度 attention， 先望住嗰個 attention， 一手，握手先，握手，做個好朋友，give me five。 唔聽？兩隻手先，呢度啦，企定先，兩隻手，聽，拜拜，好，錫我先，OK，好啦，同媽媽。
讓愛心裏漫着光輝照。一個人在路途上，一生多少悲與傷，成敗得失不必多問，只管望着前路覓理想。我要摘那星，孤單靜影都不怕驚，管他應與不應。7分熱誠加3分衝勁，任旁人罵我不清醒，獻我青春立地頂天，何妨夢更長。我縱使坎坷要立志高飛，為世人延續希冀，獻我青春立地頂天，何妨夢更長。我縱使坎坷，也要立志高飛，為世人延續希冀。加3分衝勁，任旁人罵我不清醒，獻我青春立地頂天，何妨夢更長。我縱使坎坷要立志高飛，為世人延續希冀，獻我青春立地頂天，何妨夢更長。我縱使坎坷要立志高飛，為世人延續希冀。我縱使坎坷要立志高飛，為世人延續希冀。
心曾經關上，再打開了，天曾灰灰暗，再漸見光亮。抬頭天際無盡，遙望再現遠景，用心讚美，用愛讚頌。手沉睡低些嘆，再舉起歌唱，腿曾發酸鬥陣，再為你起步，前望心意堅定，提步窄路再奔。
追夢啦，佢有追夢啊，佢嗰次嘅追夢就咁樣。不過佢醒翻嚟唔知係6個鐘頭之後，咁就好咗佢前仆啫，佢就當瞓埋覺咯。咁但係嗰個質素就瞓得好好啦。如果佢後挨就麻煩咯，得唔得？所以就冇上限嘅。簡單講，如果佢身體釋放完咗，當你繼續都係繼續即係 維持住嗰個嘅手法，佢身體只係唔 take up 啫嘛。如果你奉行頭先我講嘅做法，我唔係用我嘅力，我係佢嘅頭枕落嚟，我係唔會俾過多嘅。咁呢啲就可能壓住到嘅腦神經啦，因為我哋有12對腦神經啦，其中有啲神經線都係供應我哋面部嘅肌肉啦，等於頭先阿言問面癱就係第7對嘅神經線啦。佢嗰個出口其實都喺耳仔後邊，咁而家阿 Andy 嘅反應咧都大機會咧係嗰個神經線嘅反射嘅釋放咯。咁盧脊軒其實就係一個全脊嘅鬆弛嘅釋放啦。咁落到去唔同嘅節段，唔同嘅神經嘅壓迫都有唔同嘅釋放啦。膊頭嘅可能係頸椎啦，內臟嘅可能就係我哋嗰啲胸椎啦。9肝10膽，第9條胸椎，第10條胸椎嘅神經線就供應肝膽啦。11、12胸椎就係供應我哋嘅腸胃啦。
人生似像去演出戲，隨着歲月變換角色。因他永遠也不改變，
地老天荒到盡頭，仍對我不棄不捨。
將心獻為我主，雖知年華再不返。我沒有可給你，唯願以一生。